I have pressed the go live button, and I believe we are here again, against our will. Why are we here? Somebody put us in this live stream, and now we've got to fill the following 46 minutes and 42 seconds. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to vidIQ once again with another one of our impromptu live streams. And hopefully you found this live stream by turning on the notification bell, which we've been encouraging you to do for the last couple of weeks. So if you haven't, and you want to see more of these live streams where we get you involved, then do make sure to tick the notification bell in due process. Dan, welcome. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am awesome. Jeff, welcome. How are you?
Bruh.
Jeff is fine. Maybe he's just going to use sound effects like I did yesterday for 15 minutes.
Gosh, I hope
so.
not.
The plan here is something a little bit new, different, and unusual. We're going to do some live calls. So members of vidIQ are going to join us, and they're going to ask us questions live on the live stream in the next few seconds. How they do it, we'll let you know a little bit later. But I think first, we have our first caller, who I believe is on line 7. So let's bring them in, and they go by the name of Joshua. Hey, Joshua, how are you doing? Welcome to this vidIQ live stream. Please do not swear.
Hi, can you hear me?
We can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, I did not realize I was going to be going on Discord. I would have, StreamYard. I thought I was just going to be messaging on Discord, so I feel a little embarrassed that I don't have a little better setup here. But yeah, so my question is, I just hired my first employee, and
Sweet.
I was just hoping y'all could maybe speak some process or systems that for me and her to work together better and get out better content and better or more content is the hope and dream here.
So let's get a little bit of context about your channel. What is it, size, what do you do, and what is the, I guess, job role for this employee as they start for you?
Sure. So she started out just helping me here and there. She was just editing videos. My channel's called it's called HVAC Guide for Homeowners, and I basically make heating and air videos for homeowners. And so her job is more than anything going to be to help me get more content out. More, it's obviously the quality is a part of this, but it's really about quantity for me because I do still own a heating and air business.
Cool. All right, then. What do we think, chaps?
So I think I have the perfect tool. I'm going to tell you about what we use for part of our workflow. And it may not be for everybody, but there's definitely like a lot of tutorials. You'll find it a bit overwhelming at first if you've never used it before, but it's called Airtable. So imagine an Excel spreadsheet, but way more. You can do way more with it, right? So I don't know. Should I pull up ours, or would that be too?
Let's not. That's probably not a good idea.
Essentially, though, we use it to plan all of our content. So we basically have it set up so there's like ideas, and then all of us on our team can like put in different video ideas, and then we have a meeting about, well, which one of these do we like the most, and then we kind of move that idea down the process to like where, okay, these are the ones we're going to do. And then the people who help us produce it will take it and like start to flesh it out a bit more. Our editors can then take it once we put the footage in there and like edit the footage. And so we've just set up this whole workflow. Airtable can do all kinds of really cool stuff. So I do feel like if you have somebody who's just assisting you in like helping get organized, that could be a really, really powerful tool. And then we couple it with Google Docs. So like all of our scripts and everything is in just Google Docs. And so we just put links to like those in the Airtable. So it's like one big master sheet of everything we have going on the YouTube channel.
What do you reckon, Jeff?
Awesome. No, I mean, that's great advice. I don't have any employees, so I can't really speak on that. So I'm glad that Dan did, because you guys have a system in place. So I'm just not the right guy to answer this question.
So I think what I would add is find out what your employee is really passionate about that perhaps they're not already doing. You said they helped with editing, but are they? Do they want to explore script writing or thumbnail design, etc., etc. You know, I don't necessarily know what's exactly needed on your channel, but I think what's going to really help this person really get infused and more passionate and involved in the content is making a difference where they think they can do that best. So, you know, look for potential courses that might be available. Like, for example, Hayden Hilly has got this really good editing course that's going on. I know that Ed from Film Booth has what's called like a thumbnail university. So, yeah, any opportunities to upskill that employee as they've now joined is going to be really beneficial. How long have they been sort of working with you non-full time at this point, Joshua?
Well, I tried to hire her full time originally, and she said no. And I said, okay, well, let's not burn the bridge. And so she's been helping me just a day or two each week for about 6 months now.
Okay, 6 months. So she already knows the channel, how you work, and so on. So there's no, I guess, ramping up to speed. It's just a case of she's going to learn faster and quicker and get better. Like when we first started building out our team a year ago, I would say it took about 3 or 4 months of growing pains before everybody knew their roles properly. And now we've had some of those people who have been with us for 12 months. Like as Dan said, our editor is celebrating their year here at vidIQ tomorrow. And they're just like next level now. They started us as a really solid editor, but now they understand our content and really know how to edit for us, that it just becomes so valuable. And hopefully, Joshua, you're going to get so much time back from this. You buy time, and that's going to be really valuable for you.
Yeah, honestly, she full transparency, last week she worked 3 days, which was the most she had ever worked in a week. And for me, I think you're right. I think it's growing pains, because for me, I realized I actually had more work to do. I'm like, oh my gosh, she's going to edit a couple of videos. I need to get those recorded.
Indeed, yeah.
And I didn't have that pressure before. So anyway, I appreciate y'all's help.
And the final thing I would say is what we found with our team is that they're so happy that they've got like a job within the YouTube industry, and then they work so hard, we worry that they're going to burn themselves out. A phrase that we keep hearing is over the weekend. And Dan and I go, oh, take personal time. Make sure that the people working for you feel as if they don't have to be working 24/7. And we're still trying to manage that as well, Dan, aren't we? But hopefully, if they're watching this live stream, you have our permission to take a weekend off once in a while.
Once in a while?
I don't know about John. He needs to finish off that video.
Except John,
Yeah. Well, thank you for your question, Joshua. I hope that was valuable in some way. And peace out. Take care. Thanks for joining us.
You too. Thank you.
All right, Dan, do you want to introduce the next person who I believe is on line 3?
Yes, that's 30, actually. Line 30.
Okay. Wow, we got a lot of lines.
Yeah. So the next person joining us is the great name, by the way. Where RV Going?
Nice. But that doesn't look like an RV behind, unless it's a giant, biggest RV I've ever seen.
And I don't have the fancy LED lightings or any decorations in my back, so I'm sorry for that.
No worries.
So tell us a little bit about you, about your channel, what you do on YouTube.
Yeah, my name is Isaac. My name is not Where Are We Going? That's my channel's name. I started my channel, I think, like 3 years ago. Predominantly, the content is all about recreational vehicle travel, motorhomes, RVs, vans, van life, etc. And I do own a motorhome myself. Yeah, and that's my channel, as you can see. But I find myself having some difficulties in reaching viewers and increasing my watch time. And I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Maybe I just need some addressing or some guiding, but definitely something is not right, because I feel like my content is high quality. And I know everybody says that. Everybody loves their own kid, right? Like their kid is the most beautiful one. But I do believe that I come with an artistic point of view, because my actual background is I'm an art director. So I know a little bit more about filming, angles, shots, artistic, perspective and stuff like that. But it's either my descriptions are wrong, or my titles are wrong, or the tags, or whatever that needs to, put this product on the stage rather than behind the curtain somewhere in the dark on the stage. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. Okay. So I think there's a couple of things that we can look at. I will go with, you just talked about descriptions. You just talked about tags. Let's not worry about any of that right now. Those are minimal improvements.
Right.
Thumbnails is probably the first thing that you can be looking at to improve. They're not bad, but if we look at the text, it's different fonts. It's hard to read. Sometimes there's too much text on the fonts. So these are all classic thumbnail things that I would probably address before you look at the tags or the descriptions. So that's my thought. I'll pass it over to Jeff. Is there anything jumping out here as we just scan through the channel a little bit that you're seeing that could be easy improvements?
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm in full agreement with you as far as like metadata is concerned, because that's going to have the least impact, right? So it really comes down to the top three things, which is, obviously one, do the viewers, do viewers care about this particular topic at this particular time? So video topic, then your thumbnail and your titles, essentially in that order. The issue with the thumbnails is that they're not bad per se on an individual level, but they're also very inconsistent from video to video. So I don't know if it's something where, one, we have to improve your skills, where you drop in Max and ask for feedback, to where we can start kind of solidifying that, or if you're going to end up hiring a thumbnail person to like take care of that side of it for you.
Yeah.
But that would probably be the biggest impactful thing. I like the fact that you're keeping the titles fairly short and consistent, which is great. But right now, one of the things I'm kind of noticing is that there's some like trailer tours and but what also seem like travel videos, and it seems like we're aiming at multiple audiences, and that's one of the things that sort of concerns me, is that we could be fragmenting who we're actually aiming these videos at while you're trying to grow your channel.
Yeah, certainly in the most recent videos, although I do see that you've taken a significant break here. So we have a video from 6 months ago and then 4 weeks ago. So you kind of just kickstarting the channel again. Sorry, Dan, to interrupt. Go ahead.
Right. No, it was me. If you
sorry.
click the tab instead of the videos, the home, because I think videos is basically like a salad of all. Like I think, or maybe it's my mistake, but if I look at my homepage, I think this is where you land as a new viewer, right? Like the homepage and not the other one. And I think here everything is categorized accordingly, like the shorts and then RV life and van life and etc., etc. So is this a wrong approach, or I should do something better? Or
so the homepage is fine, but how often do people intentionally come to your homepage? How they're likely to encounter your content is through the videos that you're publishing today. So typically you'll get most of your views from browse. So if they see a video about a traveling to Vienna, and then the following video is about how to turn an SUV into a camper, they're quite disparate topics. They're both about traveling, but very different aspects of traveling. So while a homepage is probably set out correctly, if you keep dipping into these different topics, like it looks like you've been reviewing a DJI gimbal, that's more of a tech review, then from video to video, when the viewer's encountering your content, they're seeing quite different things. So you're not sticking to the same audience in that respect. But yeah, absolutely. The homepage, if I go back, looks fine because I'm seeing nothing but RV content generally, apart from shorts, but shorts is a little bit different. Van life, tours and reviews. But that's not how the majority of your people come to your channel when they're maybe interested in one of your videos, and then they find out a little bit more about you. But it's encountering your content on a kind of organic, natural basis. When somebody's first opening up the YouTube homepage, that's what you've got to think about for, I guess, return viewers. Dan, anything from you?
I was just gonna say, because I agree with everything you guys were saying. I think the biggest thing for me is to look at the different topics that are resonating with an audience here. When I watch van life channels, my favorite thing is to see the day-to-day life of a van lifer, because it's to me it's such like an unusual way to live. And so when I see some of these videos getting like a ton of views, I can see why. Like I would be interested in tours of different RVs because that's part of the lifestyle, right? Like what the place you're going to be living. And then whenever you go out and just talk about something that you're doing as it relates to just being on the road, not necessarily where you're going, but just the experience of it, I feel like people really resonate with that kind of content in the van life community. So that's just like one thing you can consider. You can still travel and you can still go to Vienna and do stuff in Vienna. But I think if the focus video to video was like more about the getting there part and the actual, like, you know, today I'm making this for breakfast and I'm using my, you know, camper stove or whatever. Sorry, I don't know all the things. But that like would be an interesting vlog to me, because, and then later we're gonna take a walk. We're in Vienna right now and we're gonna go see you know, the different things. So I'm just imagining what like your videos could be while you're still traveling, while you're still doing cool things. And that would look really consistent. Like, as Rob was saying on the homepage, every time you upload and someone sees a new upload from you, like, oh, you know, it starts to look very familiar, even though you're doing a lot of different things.
So should I basically turn those videos off? Like, for instance, the Vienna, the Frankfurt, the Turkish Airlines, the American Airlines, whatever. Because that's, you know, when I'm saying where are we going, like, I want to kind of play that with the name as well. Like, it's not just RV, but like places that we go to, whether if I go there with my RV myself or if I go there by airplane, you know, it's just like I'm trying to bring in a fusion of the RV life / travel, but I can totally, you know, get rid of those videos as well. As you can see, they're not really high scoring either. Like maybe 19,000. I didn't even think. Is that 19,000 or 1.9? I can't even see the Vienna one, for example.
1.2.
1.2. So yeah, I mean, it's not that like they're doing much of a good. If they're doing more bad, I could easily like turn them off, not delete them, because I know if you delete a video, YouTube doesn't like that, right? The algorithms.
I wouldn't delete them either way. I think it's just part of the experience. I mean, if you look at some of the biggest channels on YouTube, you'll scroll down to their old videos and see they made all kinds of stuff. I don't think you need to delete them, and I'm sure your community appreciates them too. It's just more about the next thing you upload. It would be where my
I'll
advice
just
is coming
pick
from.
on the RV life, for instance, and RV life only.
If that's what you enjoy, of course. Okay. A lot of this is down to you.
I do. And for instance, I attend the Hershey RV show, which is America's biggest RV show, and it's every September. And I've been attending it to film content for the last 2 years. And this is upcoming on September 12th. And for the first time, because of my channel, they gave me accreditation as a press, and they invited me to the press only day, which is September 12th, which is a big thing. You know, for the last 2 years, they didn't allow me, or they didn't even consider me quality or sufficient. And this year, they actually looked at it and they said, sure, you know, we'd love to have you come on the press day. And that's something that I'm excited about. And I'm just going to do live feed from there, from the grounds, and then shoot some content to do separate videos. So going forward, you would say downsize your niche or concentrate on your niche. Is that what it is?
Mm-hmm. Generally speaking, yes, that's what we would encourage. And as you say, if you want to explore other topics, we encourage you to do so. But how can you bring it back to the prism of the value proposition of your channel, which is the RV lifestyle? You know, when I sorted by most popular, it was about living the RV life. And these are the ones that have resonated most with your audience. Admittedly, they are slightly older videos, but that's what we would typically recommend. And even though it is still travel, some of these, it's travel in a different sense. It's the same as an Xbox gaming channel suddenly covering all of the PlayStation content. It's like, well, I haven't got an Xbox. I haven't got a PlayStation, so I kind of feel marginalized. Whereas, you know, in your case, I have the RV, and so I want this content from this creator.
Okay. Agreed, man. But hey, I appreciate you coming on and asking these excellent questions. We got a few people stacked up in the back, so we got to move on.
Appreciate your time.
And I have to admit, I feel like starstruck. I've been watching your videos for 3 years now. Like being able to be here, sharing the screen with you and asking you live questions. A big thumbs up. Thank you all. You know, seriously.
Have a good day. Have a good day.
Thank you. Take care.
All right. I believe next we're on line 7.2. Like, these lines are just crazy, but who set them up, I don't know. And we welcome onto the stage, let's see if I can pronounce this name correctly, Aelita.
I
Give me
look close enough.
Okay, close enough. How are you, and what is your question?
I'm very good, thank you. I hope you are too. My
Yeah.
question is, so I started my channel about 5-6 months ago, and attracting a wrong audience.
Okay.
So my current audience is about 60 years old male, and I really want to attract my age female. So I'm doing like, I currently live in a van, like in the RV full time, and it's been the second
Oh,
year.
wow.
And but I don't do van life kind of vlogs. I
Right.
do more
Sure.
rock climbing, hiking, adventures with dogs. But yeah, so my question is, how do I attract the females? What am I doing wrong?
So yeah, I guess the question is, do you know why there is a certain demographic that's coming to your content? Is it because of one certain video that's really popular, or that's just what YouTube is telling you about your current audience?
Yeah, that's what it was currently telling me about the current audience. And I don't have any video blowing up. I had one short getting 100,000 views, but that's about it.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting question then, Dan and Jeff, about the incorrect audience. I mean, just looking at the thumbnails, which I have to say are pretty nice. They really capture the adventure and the landscapes that you visit. But why are 60-year-old males gravitating towards this content? I'm confused.
It could be, and this is, I don't know at all. Like, but I'm just going to speculate for a moment and say that it could be, if I'm thinking about that demographic, maybe they're closer to retirement age. They are considering living in an RV themselves. And so they're looking for anybody, regardless of who it is, already doing that and what that lifestyle is like. Because like, as YouTubers, we get to choose our audience to a point, but at the end of the day, like, people are interested in what they're interested in. And so you kind of end up with an audience who weren't expecting. And you're like, oh, interesting. The only, if you wanted to kind of try to see about expanding that audience in different ways, I would be looking at your competition and seeing, the types of videos they're making. I mean, I love these thumbnails and titles, and like, it looks like you've already done a ton of research. It looks like you're well tuned into this space. But and what you could do is talk to them as well and see what kind of audience do you have, and to do that, follow them on social and just kind of start building a natural relationship with them where you reply to their comments. Like, some general networking so you can make some friends in this space could also illuminate that a little bit more too. But it's a difficult question to answer. I'm not sure how you would change things, but I think it's all about, the kind of person that would just naturally be attracted to this content.
Jeff, what do you think?
Makes sense.
Well, actually, I actually had a question for Elita. A little bit off topic here, but also just kind of wanted to know, like, as far as what you're doing here with your channel and your content and sort of the lifestyle that's creating this content, is there anything that you sacrificed in order to make this happen, in order to make this, like, this van life and this adventure happen?
Oh, nice question.
So just to clarify, are you asking what I needed to sacrifice for this lifestyle or for the YouTube to happen? Which is
I guess a little bit of both, I would say.
Okay, yeah. For van life has been a dream of ours, my husband and our 2 dogs, for 4 years, and it's been, since COVID happened, it made our jobs remote, so that made it happen for us. So we're still working full time, but remotely, and we're just traveling around Europe. I had to sacrifice for YouTube is a lot of time because I'm a social media manager, so I'm an expert on Instagram. That's where my, my knowledge is, but I had no knowledge about YouTube. I only started tuning in 6 months
God,
ago.
that's scary. I can't watch that. That was terrifying. I don't like heights. I need to stop watching. Sorry. Goodness.
So yeah, I just need to learn like a lot of like how to edit a video, because I was an expert at shorts, like reels for Instagram, but I never edited a long form video. So I guess the 6 months adventure was for me to sacrifice a lot of time, how to edit videos, how to do storytelling. I read a lot of books about storytelling, and I'm still learning. So my biggest sacrifice is time.
My suggestion, it's a pretty simple one, but let's try engaging with your audience during the videos. And so you may ask some questions that try and tease out a little bit of why they're watching your content. I don't want you to directly ask a viewer? You know, why are you watching me? Why do you find me interesting? It's kind of like Dan, like Jeff just asked a really interesting question there about, you know, what sacrifices did you have to make? It's kind of like getting a little open and trying to get a little more vulnerable with that question. But I think you should maybe challenge your audience to do that as well. And that might tell you a little bit more about the insights and desires of the viewers who are watching your content. So that would be my suggestion. Just like if you can think of a really engaging question, one per video as a call to action, what might it be to find out more about your audience? And that might give you an insight as to why a certain demographic is watching. But yeah, as we were watching the videos there, some of the footage, drone footage, and just the epic landscapes, it reinforced the thumbnails. It's fantastic stuff, Alita. Really, really.
Thank you so much. I appreciate
really
that.
interesting channel. And you're just 50 subscribers short of your first monetization.
I mean, and many
milestone as
hours.
well.
I'm still many hours away.
Okay. Well, we wish you the very best of luck.
Thank you.
And yeah, we won't just move on to the next person yet. We'll just now let you know why we are doing this. There is a service here at vidIQ called vidIQ Max. And all of these people who are joining us today are members of vidIQ Max. And they get to spend 24 hours a day, 7 days a week with hundreds of their creative peers, along with our exceptional group coaches here at vidIQ, which include Jeff, they include Alexi, they include Travis. And we wanted to offer this as kind of like a thank you and a reward for building up such a tremendous community that goes far beyond the advice, motivation, and the just we here at vidIQ offer. So yeah, Jeff, if you just want to tell us a little bit more about vidIQ Max, and at the same time, if you are interested in becoming a vidIQ Max member, which is just more than this live stream, then we've got a offer on screen which will give you 30% off your first month using that promo code Max Promo if you're a first-time customer here at vidIQ. And there's a link in the description if you want to use that. But yeah, Jeff, just give us like the 60-second elevator pitch of what vidIQ Max is.
Well, first and foremost, Max should not be confused with vidIQ's one-on-one coaching. These are two separate programs. So Max is a group coaching program where essentially you get access to not only myself, Alexi, Travis, and Tish, but you also get access to our Max community, a huge community with some amazing members who've been part of Max for a long time. Not only that, you also get access to 50 plus sessions with different industry experts about monetization, about the YouTube algorithm, about copyrights, about how to make money in multiple different ways on YouTube. So it's access to a whole think tank. But our Discord community is probably one of the most powerful tools we have, because if you need feedback on your titles, on your thumbnails, on which way you want your channel to go, about your social media presence, any of that stuff, we have a ton of people in there that are ready to help you out. So just to keep it short and quick, it's an amazing program. If I was a brand new YouTuber, this is how we designed it. We thought about what we would have wanted when we first started our journey. And we wanted to create a place where creators didn't feel alone in their creative journey, where they had a place to talk to other people who are going through what they're going through. And I think we've created that successfully. So that's vidIQ Max in a nutshell.
Couldn't agree more. The links are all there for you, and that 30% promo code as well. And with that being said, Dan, who have we got next and what line are they on?
Okay, so on line 178, we have Yucky.
All right. Hey, Yucky.
Hello there.
How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Welcome to the live stream.
Tell us a little about you, your YouTube channel, and why you got started on YouTube in the first place.
Okay, so I'm a mom, and I'm usually staying at home because my husband is in the military. He's going to Space Force. And so I'm like, well, in my spare time, what can I do? I did went to school for graphic design. So I just want something that I can be creative, and it's about gaming. And in real life, I really don't have anybody to talk to about games. Sometimes I would talk to like other females and they would just be like, oh, you still play games? Aren't you a little too old to play games? So I'm just trying to find this community where I can share my love of gaming with somebody, anybody in this world. So I started this just kind of for myself at first. So I just want to see if anyone is interested to talk about games with me. So that's how I got started.
Shout out to all of the female gamers out there in the chat. Let us know Yucky is not alone, and there are many out there. Yeah. What's the question?
Okay, I don't want to waste your time. my utmost question is, if you look on my channel, there is a bunch of games that I have done. I have done Mass Effect, I'm doing Dragon Age, and I'm doing Last of Us. It's all over the place.
Yep.
Should I really niche on a game? I know I can see that it seems like space is something that people are interested in. If with Starfield coming out, should I just continue doing space stuff for now and then think about niching out? I have no idea what to do.
The three of us, let's all answer this with a single word in 3, 2, 1. Yes. Well, Dan, you spoiled that, didn't you?
Oh, sorry, I didn't know. Okay, so Starfield, I'm looking at that video with 1,600 views, and I'm like, that makes a lot of sense because Starfield
it's the outlier. It's the outlier.
A lot of hype. Comparing it to Mass Effect makes a lot of sense too. I look at your channel as you're covering like RPGs. Really, it's not necessarily space games. I think it's just you cover these really big adventure like RPG style games. My advice though, yes, would be like if you can now, once Starfield comes out and then leading up to it as well, if you can like stick to that,
right,
that could help build your audience. And then when you do pivot to a new RPG in the future, you'll have a bit of an audience who kind of understands you and your content. So I would say yes, but I do think there's opportunities to eventually move on from Starfield once you've covered it front to back, essentially.
Okay,
that'd be my first thing. And then the second thing I'll say is that it also depends on the type of content you're making. So if you make a lot of tips, tricks, and those types of guides, that leaves more room, I think, for pivoting to different styles of content. But you're now the tips and tricks guides person for RPGs. Or you can kind of go a different route and be the person who does interesting challenges and just kind of takes the game and plays it in different ways. That could also keep you in the RPG niche, but like you do that with Starfield for a while, the next thing comes out, you kind of jump to that. But I would really be thinking about what kind of gaming content do you want to make? Like, do you want to bring that value to the audience of like, this is how you do this in this game? Or do you want to maybe be the person who's like, I'm going to take this game and I'm going to like play it differently. I'm going to do a challenge. I'm going to add stakes to it. And that would also be a niche I would explore, like maybe one or the other in that space. You can do both, but it does help to focus everything because it keeps your organization as a whole like simple on the channel. Like now I know exactly what kind of content I make, and now I can just think of ideas on that one path.
Sounds good. Thank you so much. I don't know if I can do tricks and tips. I'm a new player. I'm just doing it for like a story game based game mostly. So I don't know if anyone want to take my advice.
And that's where challenges come in too, because then you ask a question like, can you beat Starfield without leaving a planet? You know what I mean? Like probably not, but think about like, how can I play this game with some kind of ridiculous limitation? And people will be like, oh, that's an interesting way to play Starfield. You know what I mean?
Oh, all right.
I would just think of it like this. How many female gamers out there on YouTube playing games? Quite a lot.
Yeah.
How many female gamers are there who are going hard into Starfield and are like a space sim enthusiast or, you know, whatever the genre is? You can be like the authority and the leader in that particular space. And as you've rightly pointed out, when I go through the most popular, Mass Effect was a real big game for you. And I think the audience is probably expecting more of that type of content. And let me just say as well, the thumbnails are fantastic. I think they're really strong. And this kind of darker style, with you being front and center with like the white stroke effect, so you really pop and have an emotion. I think those are really strong. Not to say that your recent thumbnails aren't good as well. I think that it looks as if you have like a certain color theme for different games. They all look pretty cool, but yeah, the thumbnails are fantastic on these.
Yeah,
really
if
strong.
you scroll all the way down and look at my first video, oh, it is horrid. So
that's what we like to see. Here we go.
I've been watching a lot of YouTubers and just their thumbnails and see how they do it. But I don't want to copy Mr. Beast. I know Mr. Beast is the huge one, and I just want something on my own, not just like Mr. Beast, because we see that all the time. So I just want to be different in a way.
Absolutely.
All right. That's all I got. Thank you so much, you guys.
You are really more than welcome, Yuki. Enjoy the rest of your day. And
you too.
Jeff, who have we got next on which line?
Sorry. So we've got, I believe it's Yasar coming in on line 1042.
Oh my goodness, so many
Let's bring them
lines. How do we
bring
how
them
do we
up.
find these people? Hello, Yasar. How's it going? Welcome to the vidIQ live stream.
Hello, thanks. Everything's all right. So, yeah, this is my channel, and it's not doing very well, as you can see.
Well, let's
so
put this
what
into a bit of
mistakes-
perspective to begin with. So you have a channel. How long have you been on YouTube at this point? Okay, you started in January. You
Yeah.
have 20,000 views and you have 1,000 subscribers. I wouldn't say your
Well,
channel's
that's the thing.
not doing very well. It's to get 1,000 subscribers in 6 months is a pretty good start for me. But yeah, carry on.
Well, actually, that's the problem, that I just won't get carried away. I just got introduced with my scriptwriter, and then I talked to her, and then she advised me to promote this channel. So I did promotion. After that promotion, I did get these subscribers. Before that, channel was doing not bad. So that's the problem. Yeah.
How did you
I
promote?
got-
What promotion tool did you use?
I mean, we got that person through in Upwork, and he said that he's doing organic promotion, not just monetizing. And I mean, well, that was my mistake. I don't know exactly how he did that, but it did increase my views and subscribers. But after that, well, you can see the older videos, they did better than new ones. New ones aren't doing anything.
Yeah, so the first few videos got thousands of views, and since then you've been struggling to get above 100 views.
Yeah.
Okay, so possibly it's the red flags and dangers of trying to, I guess, pay for artificially boost metrics.
Yeah.
Could there be a potential here, Dan and Jeff, that somehow this channel is now kind of flagged or marked by YouTube, which is going to prevent organic growth? Or am I jumping to conclusions too quickly there?
I don't think it would be flagged or marked. I think the issue comes up with when they release a new video to an audience that is actually not engaged. That is a bad signal to the algorithm that this video, the what are supposed to be the regular viewers and subscribers of this channel aren't even interested in this video. So why would it get more impressions out to other audiences? It doesn't know who to show these videos to. So that would be, for me, it would be an argument of, if the content is good, like let's say it's well produced, it's the thumbnails are good, titles are good, the scripts are good, it's not read by some horrible robot voice, then at that point, would it be worth starting a new channel? I don't know, but that could be the part of what's holding me back.
That's what I was thinking about, that should I start new channel? But I've got one idea, but I'm not sure that this idea is going to work in YouTube, because I've searched for it. There are absolutely no videos about that channel. Like, I just recently went through a book that is called Myth and Legends of Nations. And this is a very big book, and it has got thousands of myths and legends of different nations, the older ones, the new ones, the different nations, the Americans, the Chinese, the Indians. So though I watched some videos in Russian language, I do know Russian language. So there are some Russian language videos, but there are no English speaking or any other language. So what do you think? How do I know that this topic or this niche is gonna work on YouTube?
Is there existing content that proves there's a potential audience? And you're saying that there is nothing currently out there on YouTube, so it could be both an untapped audience or there is no audience. So there's a kind of a trade-off there with how much you want to, how much of your time and energy, resources you want to put into it.
So it's what you say is still better to do the job what I'm good in, but just create a channel from scratch. Yeah.
Not necessarily. Like, I think you could probably still do stuff on this channel. What I would be looking at is other channels doing content similar to this, but studying the way they do it, the thumbnails and titles they use, the topics themselves. And because right now, because you mentioned that not a lot of people are doing content like this. So in a way, you're kind of, you're in this uncharted territory, and it's going to be difficult to gain an audience that way because there might not be an audience, right? So you got to find a balance between the things you're interested in and then the things that have already been done on YouTube that you can kind of like do your version of.
Mm-hmm.
I have to say the videos look very well produced. The thumbnails look pretty strong as well. Yeah, just from a first glance.
I have a question about voiceover.
Pardon?
What voiceover? Can you check the voiceover artist? I have changed
voiceover.
Okay. Tell me if you can hear this.
In politics, until one day, when Hitler invaded Poland, marking the beginning of World War II, and Albert Einstein wrote a letter to American President Franklin D. Roosevelt. Einstein suggested that America should make nuclear weapons. It sounds good to me.
I was trying to think, is this an AI voice? I don't think it is. It doesn't sound like an AI voice. No. It sounds like a professional voiceover artist. Yeah. Okay, so the production value throughout seems very strong.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Good stuff, man. But I appreciate you coming on. We have to get to the next person. Unfortunately, we are running low on time.
Oh, we are. I didn't realize.
That helps you out, man.
All right. Yep. Thank you.
See you back in the Max Discord. All right. And the last person I believe we may be able to speak to today is on line X. We've now changed to letters, line X. And that is Bella Sin Plays. Hello to you. Welcome to the VidIQ live stream. What have you got for us?
Hello, guys. Hello. Thanks for having me.
Not a problem.
I have a question. I just started a new gaming channel, and it's actually 3 months old right now. So happy anniversary to me. And it's doing really good. I have 13 videos right now and more than 30.
That was a really delayed sound effect. I do apologize. That was supposed to be for the 3-month celebration, and just Stream Deck didn't respond.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
But my question is, like, my retention is still not where I want it to be. I lose like 40 to 50% of my viewers in the first 30 seconds.
Yeah.
But still, I do get a lot of views. But I think that's because the people who do watch my video do click to another video. So they binge watch my video. So
yeah,
I am trying to figure out how to get my retention up, because in the Discord from the Max program, they always say, oh, your storytelling is so good. But if I look at my retention, I'm like, I don't know about that.
Okay, so let's look at the positives. The view counts are phenomenal. You're getting hundreds, sometimes thousands. You know, we were talking to Yuki earlier, and like she was thinking about focusing on a niche. This is kind of why you might want to do that, because you are a Farm Simulator 22 female gamer, and you're probably one of the few out there. And so you're building a huge audience, which is brilliant. And yet you've only got 149 subscribers at this point. So the views to subscriber ratio is fantastic. But you think your audience retention is low. The first thing I would say is that the video lengths are quite long. You know, so you're asking people to commit 12 to 18 minutes on your videos. And that can just say to people, if they don't get hooked in the first 30 seconds, I'm gone. I don't want to give this video much time. So it's not bad. I wouldn't say 60% is bad. But if you were to let us watch one of your videos, which would be a good example for the first 30 seconds to look at?
It doesn't really matter.
Okay, we'll do
every video should be good, right?
Let's do one that's kind of in the middle. I'm going to choose this one because it's got 1,500 views. It kind of seems like in the middle of your view counts. So this is American Farm Build in the deepest hole possible. So that sounds intriguing from the thumbnail and the title. You've got me. You're just going to build a massive hole and put a farm in there. Does the hook deliver on that? Let's find out.
I built this amazing American farm in the game Farming Simulator 22 on the PlayStation 5. And in this...
Okay, so I'd pause right there. Mm-hmm. I guess what I would, if we were being super critical, do you need to tell us it's Farm Simulator? And do you need to tell us that it's on the PS5 in the first 8 seconds?
I actually stopped saying I play Farming Simulator since this video.
Right, okay. So yeah, it kind of feels a bit redundant because given the thumbnail and the title, we probably already know that. But let's continue.
This video, I will say, I'll show you how...
Go down.
If you want to pause it real quick.
Yeah.
I love teasing what's been built. I think showing I built this incredible farm, you show the whole farm almost, or at least the audience feels like it's the whole farm. And then they get so much out of this intro that could be one reason that they drop out.
Amazing American farm in the game Farming Simulator 22 on the PlayStation 5. And in this video, I show you how to make a farm look natural and realistic. But
I felt as if it was a bit of repetition there.
Okay.
It was like an amazing farm and then a realistic farm. Is there a way that we can combine those two descriptions a bit more? Because we're now 14 seconds in and we still haven't got the concept of the deepest hole. And again, we're being super critical here. Like we're being almost anal about this. Let's carry on.
But what really makes this farm
all right,
so
this
unique
is it.
That it is the very first.
So I think that needs to come in like 10 seconds earlier.
Yeah.
For that high impact. And then some stakes around what this means. About the farm being in this huge hole.
First farm ever built in the deepest hole possible. So sit back, relax,
Rob,
and
if you don't
let's
pause real quick. Sure. I would say it starts with this shot of the deepest hole, and the way you can pitch it is like if I were to redo this intro, I'd say, how do you build a farm in the deepest hole you can possibly find and somehow make it look realistic? Today I'm going to show you. Like that could be basically everything you're saying in the intro, but it instantly reaffirms the click of the deepest hole ever. And it's the how-to aspect you're trying to bring into it as well, where you're going to show them how to do it. And it all fits in one nice package.
Okay. I will try to do that because I am struggling with my English because, you hear my accent. I am not from America.
I think you're doing a fantastic job.
It sounds really clear.
Like it's easy to understand.
Yeah, very easy to understand. I think that's probably one of the appeals, actually, a very clear and very, very easy on the ear, I would say, as I was listening to that.
Good, because Google Translate is my best friend.
But yeah, what an awesome channel you have here. Yeah. And
thank you.
Yeah, looking forward to... Is there a Farm Simulator 23? Is the one coming out? Is there an update here?
Well, there is a 23, but it's on mobile. And they think there will be a new Farming Simulator game next year. Mostly there are 2 years in between. So
I see.
We'll wait for that too.
It seems every other year there's one on like a weird platform like the mobile or Switch. And then there's like the big one that comes out. So 24 is probably the next big one.
Yes, exactly. It switches out every year.
Yeah, I think Bella's going to be in a prime location for when 24 comes out. It's going to be, it's going to be good times.
She will be cultivating many views from that.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
I hope
plowing those videos left, right, and center. Thank you. Milking those subscribers.
Wow.
What else have we got?
Don't say that.
Well, thank you, Bella. Appreciate you coming on and hanging with us, and we'll see you back in Max.
Thank you. Talk to you later.
See ya.
Cheerio. All right. Well, we went over time, but hey ho, that was fine. That was pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
I enjoyed myself.
I enjoyed
Jeff, did you enjoy yourself? Okay, right. Well,
wow, okay.
Bye, Jeff. Dan, did you enjoy yourself?
Yes, I loved it.
I loved this, and this was our second impromptu live stream where we just go live for X amount of minutes. This time it was to celebrate our vidIQ Max group, but in the future we may take Q&A from the live audience. We may do random channel audits for the live audience. You just don't know, and you just don't know when it's going to happen, which is why you need to turn on a notification bell so that the next time we go live, we will be serving you, the vidIQ audience. Take care.
Thank you for your supers, by the way. Sorry we didn't get to them. Bye.